Even though we don't see it too often throughout every season, every now and then, certain players have managed to find themselves healthy scratches for reasons that haven't been performance-related. Some may seem harmless, such as sleeping in, while others are definitely more controversial. In this video, I'm going to go over a handful of players who were scratched because of various incidents that had nothing to do with on-ice activities. And with that, here are 5 players who were healthy scratches due to various incidents. What seemed to be a recurring theme for party boy Tyler Seguin in Boston, Seguin found himself prior to a regular season game in Winnipeg a healthy scratch. Seguin, who had unfortunately developed a bad habit of missing various team functions, had gotten the attention of Bruins GM at the time in 2011, Peter Chiarelli. Tyler missed a team breakfast and team meeting this morning, the GM told reporters in Winnipeg. He didn't wake up. Honest mistake, but we have team rules and he has to abide by them. That's the reason for his scratch, he says. And apparently, Seguin, who had somehow found a way to find the nightlife in Winnipeg, didn't appreciate having to watch the contest from the press box. When asked on how Seguin took the news, Chiarelli replied with, "Not good." But he understands that there are team rules, and everyone plays by the team rules, he says. Following his relocation to the Lone Star State, however, his tardiness has unfortunately followed. But, as we all know, his offensive expertise did as well. Speaking of Winnipeg, during his time with the Winnipeg Jets, Evander Kane quickly became one of the most polarizing players to have ever suited up for the Jets. And instead of missing the team breakfast reportedly, Kane showed up, but in the completely wrong attire. And according to Sportsnet's Chris Johnson, it sent the wrong message concerning the team and management. Kane wore a tracksuit when the Jets players gathered that morning for the meeting, a violation of team policy. Following a brief workout and stretch, Byfuglien is believed to have thrown those clothes into the shower to send a message to his teammate, according to sources, he says. And apparently, the incident was enough to have the forward scratched from the game later that evening that took place in his native town of Vancouver. While the Grade 8 seemed to have quite a fondness for longtime Caps coach Bruce Boudreau, his replacement in Barry Trotz is known to run a tighter ship, and it wasn't long after Trotz took the reins in DC that he made quite the statement, by choosing to scratch the Capitals captain after he missed a team practice. As the team was set to play in San Jose later that evening, during an interview regarding the subject, Ovechkin chalked up the mistake to messing up with his alarm clock setting.
I just messed up with my alarm clock, put 8:30 p.m. what I am, so I fall asleep and make mistakes, and that's fine.
And as expected, Trotz gave his explanation for banning Ovi to the press box, saying it was an honest mistake, but we have certain accountability rules and everyone's accountable in that room, he says. Not long before Bob made his way down to Florida within his final season with CBJ, some internal team friction quickly made its way to the surface, and later to headlines. Amid a one-sided contest against the offensive juggernaut in Tampa, number 72 quickly found himself being replaced by backup at the time, Jonas Korpisalo. But his play reportedly wasn't what landed Bob into the press box for the following contest against Nashville. As according to The Athletic, the netminder, after being pulled, immediately vacated the bench and made his way to the locker room showers. Coach Tortorella, in attempts to bring Bob back to observe the action, sent a member of the team back to retrieve him. But apparently, Bobrovsky had other plans, which reportedly didn't sit well with the team veterans. Not surprisingly, when confronted with the news, Coach Tortorella was tight-lipped on the issue. But Bobrovsky gave a more detailed statement following a meeting with the Jackets GM, Jarmo Kekalainen, saying, "I am here. I will play here. I will do my best, as I have done for the team, for this organization, for these fans, for this city. I've been working hard, and I will continue to do that," he says. Similarly to Tyler Seguin, in the past, Kapanen has gained the reputation for being late to various team functions, including his days with the Leafs affiliate, the Toronto Marlies. But once the forward made his way through the ranks to the NHL level, the tardiness and absences didn't seem to fly like before, as head coach Sheldon Keefe and the organization made the internal decision to scratch the winger from the lineup against the Ottawa Senators after he showed up late to a team practice. When questioned on the issue, Keefe was brief and referenced internal accountability. But once Kapanen was questioned himself after taking responsibility, he then became combative after with the Toronto media. Gee, I wonder why. Saying, if you want to talk about hockey, I'm all for it. But I overslept, and that's that, he says.
Listen, guys, if you guys want to talk about hockey, I'm all for it. So, talk about today or the future, that's fine, but, overslept and it's that.